Hello, welcome to my Lab 5, the visualizations of animes and their mangas. In here I have a scatter plot, a PCA plot, time series area chart, as well as a bar chart. In the scatter plot, I gave the user's full reign to choose which X and Y axis they want to select. I believe that even though many of these, based on what you select, tell a pretty similar story, I believe it's important that you see each story through a different lens, different perspective. Um, And of course, as you switch through each one, there's transitions to make the transitions more smoother, a little bit more smooth to um, experience. As you hover over each point, you can see their data, especially their title, and the X and Y axes over here. On the scatterplot and PCA plot, you have the brushing method, which would select a point or a series of points on the scatter plot C. You can see where it is on the PCA plot, as well as its uh, genres in the bar chart. Something about my data set is that each anime or manga has a genre in a series of 3 or 2. Um, so, there's a primary, a secondary, and tertiary based off of genre 1, genre 2, genre 3. Those is what it correlates to. But some of them say, I think it's this one, does not have a tertiary genre. It only has a primary, secondary. So it would only cover, these three. Um, and in the bar charts, the all genres, instead of a primary, secondary, and tertiary, it counts each frequency of each genre that pops up. So action, adventure, drama, they all collectively add within uh, a singular bar. This will account for not just primary, secondary, tertiary, and you can switch through each one, see exactly the distribution of these primary, secondary, tertiary genres. There's a reset button that resets the dashboard back to its default settings. In the time series area chart, you're able to see the anime start year, anime end year, manga start year, and manga end year. This is plotted over a period of time. As you hover over each color, they are colored the same way as the all genres, so which in turn means that they are the data to plot this was collected the same way. I'm not counting the primary, secondary, tertiary. I'm counting just all genres across the board. As you hover over each uh, color based on a period of time on the x-axis, you're able to see how much was created or started, ended, at this period of time, because it's pretty hard to precisely calculate which year. I allow the user to zoom in through this feature so you can see a much more precise distribution. You want to see 2014, and there it is. Also in the bar chart, as you go through each one, you can see the primary genre. In the all genre section, you can't exactly click through anything, but if you hover, you can see their exact values. But if you go to primary genre, you click on a bar, it colors each plot point in scatter plot and PCA plot to see it colors exactly the primary genre. You can go, 5, all the way up there, and as you can see, action's blue, comedy's orange, the primary. This is fantasy, so that's a 5th. As you deselect each one, it resets, but it also grays them out and doesn't select them anymore. You can do the secondary genre, same exact song of motion, except it's only selecting the secondary genres. So this is adventure, it's purple. Adventure is the secondary genre. It's the same story over there. We can do this again just to get a feel for that. It doesn't color as much because, like I said, there isn't as much. You can see it spans up to 110. But if you look at all of them, it's 550. Something about this that I want to add is that I want this to act as maybe an infographic about certain animes or a group of animes, which, period of time they cover, or which demographic they cover and stuff like that. So let's say you're interested in Berserk, you're able to see where exactly it lies among the X and Y axis, as well as what genre it covers. And you can go down the line and see, where it lies based off of everyone else. You can see a really high anime score, or manga score, sorry, but a pretty below average anime score. You can see its rank as well. is extremely. I mean, this is the best manga ever made, based on a lot of people. But its anime score was pretty lacking. And same goes on. You know, this is the most popular compared to. This is Attack on Titan, the second most popular manga, right? And this can also work with. Let's say you want to see the top, you know, 100 or so. You can see where exactly it lies on the PCA plot, which genre it covers, and things like that. So one thing I was interested in as my first hypothesis of Lab 1 was, is there any indicator, let's say, does genre indicate how good an anime or manga will be? And it's a pretty simple hypothesis, but we can pretty much figure it out through this dashboard. Spoiler alert, it's not really the case, but let's prove it. So let's say we want to go right here. We select this amount of anime, right? I mean, it's only a couple. And based off of that, you can see, I mean, this covers already, is that 10? It covers the top 10 animes. It's a pretty wide gamut. These, not really that much, so you can say it doesn't really have that much stake on the industry. But if we go through this slope that was given to us, I mean, it covers even more and more, and it continues that way. Yeah. Also on the PCA plot, you notice that this is maybe on the worst end, if we want to say, like, not well received, and these were the most well received, right over here. But if you look at the genres, these don't really color out, right? They're all red, and they stay red. Maybe over here. But again, these sort of cover the same genres as the top ones did, right? So, not really a huge indicator. And we can prove this even further. We select maybe action covers. These are the best ones. But as you can see, I mean, let's say this part is the median. I mean, it's extremely colorful, right? So there's no really clear indication of, oh, this is the best ones. Maybe you can say genre, or this is green, right? So maybe, I think we can find it right here. So maybe drama as a primary genre is a better indicator, but I mean, it's everywhere all at once. So not really a huge indication. And this can, while it's not it doesn't conclude anything about genre being an indicator. That also means that, the anime industry kind of just throw things at the wall and see what sticks, and that's also indicative of just, the Western movie industry as well, even YouTube, TikTok, any short form video, social media, and things like that. You just throw things at the wall, see what sticks, see what becomes popular, see what resonates with people, and there's a lot more nuance with that, rather than just simply just genres, right? It's plot line, it's characters, it's decision making within the story, it's a whole bunch of things, not just genres. So I think the second thing I want to look at is trends in the anime industry over a period of time, and see, we see these huge rises over here, specifically 3, where it just rose to a significant amount. I wanted to, sort of locate that in time and see where exactly does that lie. And we can zoom in, see a specific time period, so that's 2006, 2014, and 2021. Please do not think this is simply the nearing the end of my data set, so it's not really a decrease in anime that started, ended, or manga started or manga ended. It's not anything like that. And just doing a quick Google search, you can find through this website 2005 anime year in review. You can see major licenses and releases, and this is, if you know, or you should know, especially if you're an anime or manga reader, watcher. One Piece and Naruto came out, and both of which became airing on Cartoon Network in the fall. And even more than that, these were followed by Robotech, Akira, Dragon Ball Z, and Cowboy Bebop. These were extremely popular mangas back then. So those sort of gave rise to uh, the manga that came out in 2006. In 2014, it would. I myself remember this time period is when the Western audience became more uh, embracing of East Asian forms of media. This is music, as in like K-pop or even J-pop, and that includes anime and manga and stuff like that. We can see this decrease right here. This was, I mean, we can attribute this to COVID, where 2020 hit and manga anime industries didn't really know what to do, because so you just stayed at home, do a lockdown. But then we got used to it, and we started releasing subscription services online through Netflix, Crunchyroll, Hulu, and stuff like that, and they began to increase once again. Something else I was interested in, as you go through each one, you can see trends and maybe relate them to one another as you go through each of these buttons. Uh, Manga end year specifically, if you look, in 2013 there was a huge amount of manga that ended, and 140, um, and maybe even go through each one and see exactly where this relates to. So I specifically, when a manga ends, it usually leads to the release of an anime, right? Not, of course, not every one. But as you go through the anime, you can see that peak in 2014, the same year that manga ended in 2013. It also led to a huge increase. The highest peak, almost 160, of in 2014 of manga that started. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That, and I like to point that out. And yeah, that is all. Thank you for watching.